Silence, all stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Aliza Ahmad.
May it please the court, I move that Alisa Ahmad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Alisa Ahmad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cade Pepper Alexander.
May it please the court, I move that Cade Pepper Alexander be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Cade Pepper Alexander be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
J. Thomas Barry.
May it please the court, I move that J. Thomas Barry be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That J. Thomas Barry be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Monica Isabella Bayes Ingalls.
May it please the court, I move that Monica Isabella Bayes Inglis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Monica Isabella Bayes Inglos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Angelina Butteritis.
May it please the court, I move that Angelina Butteritis, my partner, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Angelina Butteritis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jack Rivera Bullock.
May it please the court, I move that Jack Rivera Bullock be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jack Rivera Bullock be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ruben Maximilian Chalice.
May it please the court, I move that my son Ruben Maximilian Chalice be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ruben Maximilian Chalice be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Asaya Fadil Chebo.
May it please the court, I move that Asya Fadila Chabo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Asya Fadila Chebo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ching Yi Gladys Ching.
May it please the court, I move that Ching Yi Gladys Ching be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ching Yi Gladys Ching be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Andrew Cope.
May it please the court, I move that Michael Andrew Cope be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Michael Andrew Cope be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Angelique Sophia Donahue.
May it please the court, I move that Angelique Sophia Donahue be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Angelique Sophia Donahue be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophie Ann Driver.
May it please the court, I move that Sophie Ann Driver be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
That
court.
Sophie Ann Driver be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ivan Gregory Elhan.
May it please the court, I move that Ivan Gregory Elhan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ivan Gregory Elhan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Johanna Lee Elam.
May it please the court, I move that Joanna Lee Elam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Joanna Lee Elam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charalambia Everipadu.
May it please the court, I move that Charalambia Everipadu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Charalambia Everipadu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aida Aranda Halasan.
May it please the court, I move that Ada Aranda Halasan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ada Aranda Halasan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wenjing He.
May it please the court, I move that Winjing He be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Wenjing He be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marguerite Ann Henneberry.
May it please the court, I move that Marguerite Ann Henneberry be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Marguerite Ann Henneberry be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Edwin John Hickey.
May it please the court, I move that my nephew Edward John Hickey
be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Edwin John Hickey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marina Jean Ho.
May it please the court, I move that Marina Jane Hoch be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Marina Jean Hock be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jack Adam Howard.
Register.
May it please the court, I move that Jack Adam Howard be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jack Adam Howard be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Echo Huang.
May it please the court, I move that Echo Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Echo Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Owen Lily Moritz Jaffe.
May it please the court, I move that Owen Lily Moritz Jaffe be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Owen Lily Moritz Jaffe be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Waiho Lung.
May it please the court, I move that Michael Waiho Lung be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michael Waiho Leung be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xinyu Lu.
May it please the court, I move that Xinyu Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Xinyu Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vanessa Estelle Manavaroa.
May it please the court, I move that Vanessa Estelle Manavaroa be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vanessa Estelle Manavaroa be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandra Claire McCaffrey.
May it please the court, I move that Alexandra Claire McCaffrey be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexandra Claire McCaffrey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tegan Therese McConchie.
May it please the court, I move that Tegan Therese McConkie be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tegan Therese McConkie be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucia Joseph Nahum.
May it please the court, I move that Lucia Joseph Nahum be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lucia Joseph Naim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Antoinette Tony Najim.
May it please the court, I move that Antoinette Tony Najim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Antoinette Tony Najim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adam Oken.
May it please the court, I move that Adam Oken be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adam Oken be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lily Pan.
May it please the court, I move that Lily Pan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lily Pan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Peter Panagopoulos.
May it please the court, I move that Peter Panagopoulos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Peter Panagopoulos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emily Jewel Peachy.
May it please the court, I move that Emily Jewel Peachy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emily Jewel Peachy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
David Anthony Pitavino.
Register.
May it please the court, I move that David Anthony Pitavino be admitted as a member of this honourable court.
Let David Anthony Pitavino be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rafat Wadi Rabah.
May it please the court, I move that Rafat Wadi Rabah be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rafat Wadi Rabah be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mohit Roy.
May it please the court, I move that Mohit Roy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mohit Roy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Philip Michael Salakis.
May it please the court, I move that Philip Michael Salakis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Philip Michael Salakis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nishma Shah.
May it please the court, I move that Nishma Shah be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nishma Shah be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jai Ying Shi.
May it please the court, I move that Jiang Shi be admitted as a solicitor of this honourable court.
Let Jia Ying Shi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander William Shreve.
May it please the court, I move that Alexander William Shreve be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexander William Shreve be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wishabdip Singh.
May it please the court, I move that Wishabdip Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vishavdeep Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lisa Marie Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Lisa Marie Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lisa Marie Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ka Wun So.
May it please the court, I move that Ka Woon So be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ka Wun So be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anna Sola Bassett.
May it please the court, I move that Anna Sola Bassett be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anna Sola Bassett be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Harriet Lucy York Steele.
May it please the court, I move that Harriet Lucy York Steele be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Harriet Lucy York Steele be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Katrina Mara Tanyatsi.
May it please the court, I admit that Katrina Mara Tanyatsi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Katrina Mara Tanyatsi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andre Rafael Torres.
May it please the court, I move that Andre Rafael Torres be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
Let
court.
Andre Rafael Torres be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jonathan Heimsen C.
May it please the court, I move that Jonathan Heimsen C be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jonathan Heinsen C be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chantel Starlight Walker.
May it please the court, I move that Chantel Starlight Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chantel Starlight Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jay Wu.
May it please the court, I move that Jie Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jai Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kevin Johannes Mangalitu Wunkana.
May it please the court, I move that Kevin Johannes Mangalitu Wunkana be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kevin Johannes Mangalitu Wankana be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jong Woo Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Jong Woo Yim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jong Woo Yim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jordan May Young.
May it please the court, I move that Jordan May Young be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jordan May Young be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to stand as directed by the officiator and to swear an oath or make an affirmation. So please stand as directed.
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand up? Elisa Ahmed, Cade Pepper Alexander, J. Thomas Barry, Monica Isabella Baez English, Angelina Buteridis, Jack Rivera Bullock, Ruben Maximilian Chatlis, Asia Fadil Chebo, Ching Yi Gladys Ching, Michael Andrew Cope, Angelique Sophia Donahue, Sophie Ann Driver, Ivan Gregory Ellen, Johanna Lee Elam, Charalambia Everipidu, and Ada Aranda Halasan. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 to my right please stand? Wen Jing He, Marguerite Ann Henberry, Edwin John Hickey, Marina Jean Hoch, Jack Adam Howard, Echo Huang, Olwen Lily Maritz Jaffe, Michael Waiho Lung, Xin Yu Liu, Vanessa Estelle Manavaroa, Alexandra Claire McCaffrey, Tegan Therese McConchie, Lucia Joseph Nahum, and Antoinette Tony Najim, Adam Oken, and Lily Pan. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability. Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? So help me God. Thank you. Please sit down. And could the row in front of me please stand? Peter Panagopoulos, Emily Jewel Peachy, David Anthony Pitavino, Rafat Wadi Rabar, Mohit Roy, Philip Michael Salakas, Nishma Shah, Jai Ying Shi, Alexander William Shreve. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Please say so. So help me God, or I do.
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows to my left please stand? Thanks. Ushabdeep Singh, Lisa Marie Smith, Karwun So, Anna Sola Bassett, Harriet Lucy York Steele, Katrina Mara Tonyatsi, Andre Rafael Torres, Jonathan Heimsen C, Chantel Starlight Walker, Jay Wu, Kevin Johannes Mangalitu Wunkana, Jong Woo Yim, Jordan May Young. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench today, to my immediate right, is Justice White, who is a Judge of Appeal. To my left, Justice Adamson, who is also a Judge of Appeal. And to Justice White's right, Justice Dark, who is a Judge of the Equity Division of this court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice this morning. We have done so sitting on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its respects to elders past and present and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. To all of the newly admitted lawyers in this court, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for great celebration. We know how hard you have all worked to get here. It's a memory that will probably never really leave you. And I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable on the journey to this point. No doubt they have been on the receiving end of your finely polished or emerging skills of argument and persuasion, and I encourage you to take the time to thank them. Depending on how good an advocate you have become, you might even convince them to shout you a long civilised lunch or dinner after a hard day's work. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice, dating back to the 12th century. This court first admitted lawyers in 1824, nearly 200 years ago, or 200 years ago next year. And by 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto the rolls in this state, just as you will do immediately after this ceremony. It is in acknowledgement of the weighty responsibility you have assumed this morning that we observe today's unique formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by somebody who is already a member of the profession, and that you have made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers. They are therefore all witnesses to the promises and undertakings you have solemnly made in public today. In terms of tradition and formality, you will see from some of the portraits hanging in this our ceremonial court that we on the bench are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. Symbolically, that highlights the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is much global uncertainty and insecurity, the rule of law, as we understand it, is more important than ever, and it's not simply a phrase of some theoretical or academic import. The rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. There is nothing theoretical about those threats to modern society, as we know. Now, the law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. Whether you work in private practice, at the bar, a community legal centre, a Crown Law office, a government department or agency, in the Aboriginal Legal Service, or in an entirely different field, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony and to which I've referred, not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. For example, the rapid technological shift brought about by the pandemic has had profound and ongoing implications for the way in which our legal system interacts with members of the community, and has also delivered greater workplace flexibility and accessibility for practitioners, particularly those with family responsibilities and in regional and remote communities. While the increased use of technology offers a number of real advantages, the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. And an essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, how they perform under pressure, and deal with each other. There have, of course, been other important changes in our profession that deserve attention in addition to those brought about by the pandemic. When we think of the diversity of the legal profession, we encounter duality that on the one hand that we've come a long way, but on the other hand that much still needs to be done. One notable example relates to the role of female lawyers. In New South Wales, women were originally not even permitted to practice up until the Act of 1918. But since 2018, they've made up more than half of all solicitors with a practicing certificate in New South Wales, and female lawyers currently make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 30. Some of the most senior positions in the law in Australia are held by distinguished female lawyers, including the current Chief Justices of the High Court, Victoria, Queensland and the ACT, the President of our own Court of Appeal, Justice Ward, this state's Director of Public Prosecutions and the Senior Public Defender, and indeed the President of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society of New South Wales. There should also be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community. The admissions ceremonies on which I have sat since becoming a judge 4 years ago, including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. And that is a very good thing, and the leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary and the legal profession. Let me now offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically, to question and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points in your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake which I would advise you not to make is giving your clients the advice you think they want to hear. That will not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. Being a lawyer means that you are an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, and an advocate. And as you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. An individual in need of your services as a lawyer is in many cases an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position. For these reasons, you must always strive to deliver legal services not only competently and fearlessly, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter, including in a litigation context, sensitivity to your opponents. In this context, I always emphasize the importance of civility in the practice of the law. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational of their nature. The practice of the law can be stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as it sometimes does. So it's essential that you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession and not simply a business. And remember this, the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers, and I dare say judges, could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that observation. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible or complex. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others, sometimes by deciphering legal complexities, other times by deciphering poor legal drafting, but most often simply by getting to the bottom of messy factual situations and explaining and putting them in their proper legal framework and context. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your writing and your speaking. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are also both extremely important. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because lawyers strive to go the extra mile for their client to make sure the advice is as full and comprehensive as necessary, that the case is fully prepared, etc. They are all admirable features of being a professional in the practice of the law. But it can be, as I say, can become all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. So you must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have and still do from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. Also remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession, and in this context, let me now call upon young representatives of the Bar Association and the Law Society to say a few words. Ms. Carney, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Maggie Carney, and I commenced at the New South Wales Bar last year, practicing predominantly in commercial law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, welcome to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and all backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of this legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, and that it allows me to give expert legal advice to and represent people in court, and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to just those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, particularly in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is a professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a New Barristers Committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers like myself, and a Diversity and Equality Committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, their religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others and in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you all to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Ms. Zaney, the Law Society.
May it please the court, my name is Myrna Zaney. Not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today, and what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after 3 years of working as a solicitor in the criminal law, I can tell you I have already learned a few things. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. This is why I have been part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for 4 years. Here, I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join communities. By joining the Law Society, and specifically New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community. Thank you.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, it's challenging and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer of your achievements to date and the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. You are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. On behalf of Justice White, Justice Adamson, Justice Dark, and all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court, we once again congratulate you on your admission this morning and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.